Welcome, everybody.
Well, this will be a nice little intimate time.
Yeah.
In the colander of life.
Maybe
You
we should
stayed.
ask them questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we should.
Maile, I'm super excited to work with you because the only time that I've ever got a chance to work with you was during our GalaxyCon virtual chats.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh my God, 5 years ago?
I guess you just said it. I was like, you said we met before, and I was like, where?
Virtually.
And you said virtually.
Virtually.
Yeah, I kind of even forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a couple virtual conventions. That was one of two. I did DreamCon and GalaxyCon. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was obviously a weird time, but for you guys, there was a lot of entertainment folks stopped working, but not those in the voice world.
Yeah,
And
I enjoyed those little meet and greets that we did with that. There's still some great stories from that. There was one in particular that I remember of having it was like a 10-minute chat, and I was chatting with this young lady, and we were getting towards the end of the 10 minutes, and at about 3 minutes left, her whole family bursts through the door and is like, "We're fans too, and we just wanted her to have her time, but we wanted." It was just nice, And I subsequently told that story at an in-person GalaxyCon, and that family was in the audience.
oh, that's so great.
So anyway, I remember it because of that. Yeah.
That's cool.
But as I was mentioning, you guys didn't slow down. Went from going into studios to working from home, setting up studios in your closets.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the ass. It was quite honestly awful. Like for a good couple of months.
Yeah,
Right?
nobody had a booth before 2020.
I still don't have a booth.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I just
if
record
you
in my
don't need
closet.
it, yeah. Like a closet with good eggshell cartons is good enough. Yeah.
It's
Moving
true.
blankets draped is where it's at.
Yeah.
And if you get the extra, like
Drape them like theater curtains.
the
Yeah.
thick ones,
Yeah.
yeah.
But of
Or
course,
like we do it in hotel rooms when we're here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You create a little fort with your pillows.
Yeah, yeah,
And then we
it-
lay down in there with an iPhone and
Yeah,
The comforter.
Drape the comforter
Yep,
over
yep,
yourself.
I know.
Look like
It's
Harry
really
Potter.
hard though. It's
Yeah.
really hard to find a space in the hotel that really works without bounce. You can hear the bouncing of the sound.
and of course, the air conditioner, fans,
Right.
all making noise.
The guy screaming in the next room.
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
I'm lazy. I just don't do the auditions.
Yes, yeah. That's sometimes
Maybe
a
I
choice
should
for
do
me
that.
too.
Yeah.
I don't work as much as I could, maybe, but I think that's probably best.
It's a good choice.
I want to ask you guys about working, getting started in the industry when you guys did versus folks who are starting now who are able to audition remotely from their house as opposed to going into a studio or having an agent doing it, that way. Do you see a difference between when you guys broke into today?
Yeah, sir. I mean, I've been doing it a long time, like longer than almost he's been alive.
Yeah,
So
2023 you started. Crazy. Yeah, it's been a
Wait,
while.
When did you start?
2024.
No, you didn't. You've been doing it longer than
I've
that.
been doing it for a while. I'm joshing.
I've been doing it for 30 years. Well, 35 years, something like that. But I've lived in LA for 30 years. But yeah, it's definitely different. The one thing I would advise is take classes because I think a lot of people think it's easy and they can get a microphone
Yes.
and they can crawl into their closet and they can try and do it. But you really, it's harder than you think, I think. You have to be an actor first.
Yeah, I always say that. I almost exactly. I say, it's really just acting behind a mic. Like, yeah, there are certain things, there are different techniques and different things that you have to think about, but you want to make sure you've had some acting background. But yeah, I think it's changed. I mean, like, it's interesting. As you asked that question, I was thinking, like, it's changed in some great ways, and then there are some ways when change happens that makes other things more challenging. Like, I remember going into auditions in person and being able to get an adjustment or feedback in person. And I pride myself on being able to, I mean, one of the things I remember early on, people saying like, if you can take the adjustment right there in the room, you'll definitely, make a splash. You'll be on the short list. Maybe you'll get the role. And auditioning from home, although convenient, is I miss that part of it because I find myself in my own brain guessing like, all right, which one am I going to put first? Do I want to put the one that I think is what they want or what I like, or
You feel really cut off.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I hear the most out of that answer.
Yeah.
Is that you miss the in-person auditions to get that feedback.
Right. And nowadays, like when I was coming up, and it may be a little different. I mean, like, nowadays people will pursue just voice acting.
Yeah.
Like it's such a thing now, which I love. I think it's awesome, And I have friends very talented who are, that's what they wanted to do and that's what they pursued. When I just trained as an actor. I did a bunch of theater and I still do some of that stuff. But I love that there's a path now for like this, man, I want this. This is what I'm gonna do. So.
Yeah, I started 17 years ago now, and I was kind of at a halfway point. I think between the established theater actor and what is now. I started on YouTube. Yeah, I was doing like musical theater in
that's awesome
in high school and all that, but I was the most practice I got was doing like little voices for my friends, fan animations and fan dubs and stuff. So when the time came around to like actually get serious about it, I started doing the classes and all that. But like the real place to cut your teeth for voice acting is definitely online, like the voice acting club and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you get to meet some of your best friends that way too.
And there's some great indie creators that that are new voice actors or people that are responding to those auditions and things, being a part of some really great shows.
Amazing Circus. Has been started out
Murder
that
Drones.
Way. Yeah, Murder Drones. Yeah, pretty much anything by Glitch. Yeah. A lot of good stuff coming out of indie now. Yep. I kind of like that the creators are sort of taking back the means of production a little bit.
Yep.
Now, there's always in all these crowds and watching at home are folks who want to get into the industry. So I'm going to ask you, what are some common misconceptions about voice acting?
Well, Miley, you said the first one, which is people think it's...
Yeah, they think they're like, I can do a funny voice. It's like, yeah, can you maintain that for, 20 years I've been doing Naruto. 20 years. It never ends. So when I teach, sometimes I taught at several colleges and several professional actors and stuff like that. And I'm like, they'll do something and I'll be like, can you do that voice like for 2 hours solid? Like, can you do that? Sustain it. And if you're a fan of Naruto or any of those other kind of screamy things, like you have to realize you're going to be screaming at the top of your lungs for these video games. So that's a misconception that it's funny, college kids will do this a lot and they'll be like, I said get out. I'm like, what are you doing? You have to actually scream.
Yeah. You're
They're like, I'll do it on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't. You have to actually full throttle
If you
scream.
don't practice
Like,
doing it
I'm
now,
gonna
no, you
kill
won't do it on the day.
You got to do it, and so that's a misconception.
No,
But-
that's a big thing. Like, there's a bunch of sub bullets that come under. I can do funny voices because, can you sustain it? Can you act? Are they just impressions? Because the guy who's doing it right now got that covered,
Or if you do impressions, here's one thing I came across teaching college. People do impressions of people doing impressions. I'm like, don't do Amy Poehler doing Hillary Clinton. Do Hillary Clinton doing Hillary Clinton.
Granted, that could become a cool character if you twist it from there.
Yeah, you could start as a base, perhaps.
Yeah. Character creation can come from anything. If you're doing an impression and then you put your own twist on it, make it into something else, that's cool. You have to be able to create a character. That's what casting directors are going to respond to.
I think, too, people think that it's less pressure or less stressful in some way than being on set, being on camera, or being, in a rehearsal room or in front of 5,000 people on a, Shakespeare in the Park or something. But it's actually I've done some of those, and it can be more stressful in many ways. You get hired to do a thing. Maybe it's only an hour, maybe it's 2 hours. You can't be like, can I take 30 minutes to, like, you got to do the thing in the allotted time and hopefully deliver a good performance. So I think people think there's some idea it's less stressful and it's really not. In some ways it can be more.
You need to learn how your body authentically responds in different emotional ways and how vowel sounds exist in different resonating chambers in your body. And you need to tune that instrument with other humans so that you can accurately reflect how your body really responds to stimuli. Because you got to master being yourself before you try to put on set dressing as a voice. And especially in anime these days, they're looking for authentic performances. So we want to hear you, the inner child, like they would on a playground, living in imagined conditions as authentically yourself as possible. And that the things you want to hide about your voice are the unique qualities that are going to make you stand out and be useful to the industry, and not trying to sound like the copy of a copy of a copy, which is often an issue that happens, especially in the West, when we look at this art form as something that values product over process, instead of something that enriches everyone's life when they participate in it.
Yeah, that's a fantastic point too. That it's not really you have to be with other people to test what works, what resonates with other people.
Yeah,
You can't
childhood
just do
trauma helps too, if you can recall that. But me personally, I don't subscribe to a lot of Meisner techniques of sense memory and trying to live in a space. And I think if you look up things like Alexander or Linklater or Feldenkrais or Fitzmaurice. These are all vocal techniques. These are names of people that did a lot of teaching, and it's a lot about learning conscious control of your internal mechanism so that you have the ingredients to create voices if you want to go there, but more that you're aware of what it means to adjust your pitch and your resonance and your vocal placement and your diction. And
You know, the thing about classes too is you can get, safe feedback about your voice, about your acting ability.
Or not safe.
Or
feedback.
not safe. Depending
Don't do that voice.
Depending on the class. Oh, sure.
I've got a lot of those.
Sure, yeah,
Are
exactly.
you crazy?
Right.
Can you clean
Because
that up?
You can't
No.
ever really, we listen to our voices and I hear my voice, I think accurately, but there's some idea that you can never really hear your own voice accurately. I had a teacher tell me, this is a long time ago now, but if you're playing the tuba, and you're playing it, you can hear it properly. But if you got inside the tuba and played it, you would hear it wrong. And we're inside of our instrument, so there's no real, even though I can hear it back on media, there's no real way to know.
Well, here's a fun way to get close. Have you ever seen a boy band guy doing this thing? Sure. You think, oh, they're just mimicking having headphones on or something. No, what they're actually doing is taking their middle finger and sticking it right here in their ear,
right,
so that they can get an immediate. If you make it like a seashell shape, you can get immediate echo of what you sound like.
Really?
And
Right.
that keeps you on pitch.
Hello?
Really?
Hello?
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it right now.
Can you kind of hear it?
Okay.
I can't hear it.
If you stick your middle finger right under this,
It's a family,
this first flap
it's a family
right
show.
here.
This has
Kellen.
never happened. This has never happened before.
I think you're lying.
Listen.
Four
I
voice
think he's
actors.
lying.
No,
Seashell.
I
He
swear
just
to
wants
God.
to get everybody
David
walk around.
Sobolov taught me this. Yeah, if you put it right here, I don't know if. There's no.
That is not.
No, I swear to God. Like I do it all the time. You can kind of if you curve it back around.
Rasengan. No.
I'll teach you how to do it for later.
I need a
swear
new
to
lesson,
God,
I
I
think.
swear to God, it helps.
I need a new job. That's what I need. Or a job.
As mentioned, so we do have our microphone right there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to
But
line
you have
up.
to ask it with your
You
finger
have-
in your
yes,
ear.
you have-
That's the rule.
To make sure you're on pitch while you're doing it. Yeah.
So as folks start lining up, I'm going to ask a question. And that is, some of you have been on Attack on Titan. And my favorite thing about Attack on Titan is not necessarily the show, but Attack on Titan Junior High.
Oh, God.
I love Junior High. So I'm going to ask you all, if there was another project, if there was a project that you've worked on that you would like to see get like a junior high prequel type treatment, what is that? What is that show?
It would be the one that makes the most money.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with The Simpsons.
Whichever one my characters.
That's what I'm going with.
The
Yeah,
Simpsons
right.
High School.
Simpsons High.
Whatever my most popular character is, that one.
That's
Bart
pretty
Simpson
probable.
Junior High.
Yes.
That's pretty probable. They'd probably go that way at this point. Yeah.
I know. Don't rub it in.
God. The funny thing about Attack on Titan Junior High, I think, is that you had this show that's dark and dramatic and death and the end of world scenarios and survival, and then they did this lighthearted so it would have to be something like that. It'd have to be some horror show that then it's like, but this is what it was like before in middle school.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My Hero Academia High School version.
Yeah, right.
Or like a Muppet Babies version.
Didn't that take place in
it's in high school.
That's the joke.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it. I don't know.
Middle school,
You
yeah.
can ask me about every episode of Law and Order for the last 20 years. I could answer those
West
questions.
Wing High School version.
Okay, I got it.
I was a doorman in the teaser of a Law and Order episode. I wonder if you ever saw it.
Who was the guest star?
It was Murder Book. I think it was about the name of the episode was Murder Book. It was I forget who the star is, but I think it's about when OJ wrote that book.
Yes.
About
I've seen it.
Yes.
Yes, I know the episode.
Yes. That's amazing. I love that you know that.
I'll go back.
That's
Now
amazing.
I'll go to your IMDb.
Yes.
I'll look it up.
Oh, it's terrible. Anyway.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Ken. I guess my question is, whose idea, like, when y'all are in the hotel rooms,
I like this already. Keep going.
when y'all are in the hotel rooms, whose idea was it to just be like, you know what, let's fortify ourselves.
I
and
just
get
heard it from,
auditioning.
actually, from Boruto, from Amanda, who plays Boruto. He's like, don't you make a pillow for it? And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And so then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this works.
It was just the
That's who I heard it
necessity.
from.
Yeah.
We don't know where it started. I mean,
You
David-
just can't do it. I mean, you could, but it's going to be tough. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
he's got it to us so far down to a science that I wouldn't be surprised if David K is where it started. He takes like his Sennheiser with him everywhere. I'm like, yeah, he's crazy. He's like doing like trailer jobs.
You know, when you have a room that doesn't have any absorption, if you're in a corner or whatever, your voice, it's going to bounce off of everything, and the microphone picks that up. So you have to find some way to deaden the area that you're in. I kind of learned it. I was in Tokyo doing a performance capture job, and I had booked. At the time I was the voice of the Houston Astros, and yeah, it was pretty cool. But they were like, "We need you to record a promo for blah 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 like right now," and I'm like, "It's 4 a.m. here. What do you?" And I had a producer that was with me working on this job, and we literally, no one will ever know which of those promos was in a professional studio and which was in a bathtub in Tokyo. And we had 2 comforters along one side wall, one that was over. The producer was holding like the mic. We had like a Sennheiser 416 or whatever, and pushing the little record button, and I was in a bathtub on pillows. It was crazy. Yeah.
laying down in a bathtub.
Like I was
for
kneeling in a
the
bathtub.
Astros.
He brought his comforter. We needed more than my comforter, so we had 2 comforters, and they never knew. They were like, "This is great." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, no, if we're doing it in a hotel room, we're usually like laying on the bed or like some kind of horizontal position somewhere, because that's just the easiest place to fit sound edit.
I guess to answer your question, you want your audition to sound as good as possible, you know? And if you send in something crappy, they're going to be like, "What is this?"
Yeah, as of late, there have been auditions going around saying like, if you can't get it
Yes.
perfect, that's fine. We don't need it.
I love
perfect.
that. I've seen, yes.
I love the lack of pressure there, but there's also to consider like if there's a bunch of echo around you, they can't like accurately hear what your vocal quality and all that. So but I do like the pressure release.
It's good that if it's good enough, you're not going to be judged on that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Hello, what's your name?
My name is Hannah.
Hannah, hello.
Hi.
Thea.
I got here late, so I don't know if y'all covered this already, but I wanted to ask how each of y'all like got started voice acting and stuff, and maybe like if there's time, also like the kind of equipment you started with, like whether it was just like a headphone mic or something.
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
can all do the
we
Reader's Digest version.
delved into it a little bit. You
I don't know. I did improv in college, and then I did like comedy group, formed my own comedy group, and stand up and shit. You know. And it was like, you got a weird voice. Why do you do voiceovers? I was like, why do you pay me?
Yeah. I'll do them.
So they paid me, and I did it.
Did Jamie say that verbatim? You got a
Jamie?
weird voice.
Oh, this is way before Jamie. It was way before Jamie. But yeah, I took some classes and stuff. What do I use? I use a USB mic in my computer in my
Cool.
closet, and it works.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Right
done
on.
an entire movie on that mic. I have another mic that's really good, but I'm like, that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah.
I just plug this in, and then I scream, and it works out pretty good.
Yeah, I started doing like musical theater and stuff in grade school, and I did stuff on YouTube at the same time, like Flash animation, machinima, and just sort of worked my way up from there. Used the online resources, still there today, voice acting club, casting call club, that kind of thing. And then I booked Five Nights at Freddy's, and that sort of helped launch me on the path there. But I started from a pretty young age. My dad lawyered me into one of Bob Bergen's classes when I was 16.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah, that
Lawyered
he
me
set me straight early.
Bob Bergen is the voice of Porky the Pig.
Yeah.
Yes.
His
FYI.
voiceover classes are legendary in Los Angeles. Yeah, if you see an open spot, highly recommend.
Yeah, I found theater in as a younger kid. I did some drama camps and stuff like that, and and really liked it. Then in high school, I found it again in a different way, and I really wanted to do it with my life. I went to college for acting, and after I graduated, I got an agent and was doing all kinds of different things. Mostly, I did in college think like, hey, I wonder what this voice acting thing is. Maybe I could increase my opportunities that way. That was kind of my thought about voice acting at the time. So I made a demo and got an agent, and yeah, auditioned for some different commercial stuff, and then got an anime early on back in the day, before anime was what it is now.
What was your first one?
Orphan, Sorcerer, Stabber, Orphan. And I happen, this goes to everybody's point about acting. I booked a lead role. It was 2 episodes, 50 episodes, my first anime role ever. And I tell people that because I was an actor, though, so I could figure out the other stuff right there in the booth at the time. I was confident as an actor. So that's why I always tell people, take some classes. Like, you don't want to get an opportunity. It's harder to get back in after you've ruined an opportunity than it is to get in the first place. So yeah, that's how I started.
And then I forgot to say about
go ahead.
what mic do you
Yeah,
use?
Well, early on, I started with a plug-and-play USB mic. I did a lot of my auditions from that. I did some actual jobs from that as well. There's some great mics. And, with those kind of mics, too, you don't have to worry as much about some of the absorption and the sound stuff. Now I have a booth that kind of when the pandemic started, I was scrambling and got some stuff together. But now I have a Whisper Room booth, professional booth, and I use a Neumann TLM 103, and I have a Sennheiser 416 in there too. So, but those are mics that you got to go through an interface. They're not something you can just plug right into a computer.
Yeah, they're XLR. But yeah, Neumann TLMs tend to be the industry standard, at least for at home. U87s, if you're being fancy.
I know, I want one of those.
But those can run you like a couple stacks. So. I started out with AT2020 Audio Technica. Those still hold up. I've done jobs with those. Blue Yetis are
That's
pretty
the
good.
first one I had.
You had a Blue Yeti first?
It wasn't the blue. The blue's the circle, right? Or the round one?
That's a snowball.
Oh, okay.
But they're
I
the
had the
same
Yeti.
company.
Yeah, I had that one. Yeah.
Yeah, snowballs as well. HyperX makes some good stuff now. good affordable stuff. But I still swear by the AT 2020 or 2035.
They say luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Indeed. I love that.
And they say for every actor over a 20-year time span, you tend to get the same number of opportunities if you're doing the work. So do that math. I started with a Blue Yeti, I think. I have a Neumann now and a SS2L, SS2, SSL, SSL2 Plus.
Oh, that's your interface? I have
That's
that,
the interface.
I have
yeah.
that one too. I love that interface.
Yeah,
It's
you push the button to make you sound a little jazzier.
Oh, sure.
For
Yeah,
auditions.
Yeah.
The 4K button.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I've never actually used that.
Oh, it makes you sound a little smoother.
Really?
I use it for auditions, but then make sure to turn it off when when you
right.
get booked because
Right.
it pisses off the engineers.
Yeah, of course.
Because
They can tell.
Yeah. You're just slapping a filter on it to make you sound a little fancier. It's like makes you prettier. But I started in theater, and I was really focused on trying to do on-camera stuff. Did a lot of comedy. I did a lot of Shakespeare, and that's really where I learned a lot that was helpful later on. You learn a lot of dexterity. You also learn scansion, which is useful because if you're doing anime dubbing, getting a rhythm and understanding that is something that you want to get used to. And just kind of getting better at sight reading and having an unconscious response to the words and what they mean to you. But I didn't really get into voiceover on purpose. I got an agent from doing theater, and then they got me auditions at Funimation, and then I was Alzac Connell in Fairy Tale, and then it started to snowball from there.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello, what's your name?
Claire,
Hi, Claire.
Hey, Claire.
I wanted to know what is your most enjoyable role and what was your favorite line from that role?
Believe it. That's also my least favorite line,
That's a great.
if you want to know the truth.
2 words. Great. Perfect for pops and stuff,
Yeah.
I bet. Just nice and simple. Yeah.
Knock it out.
Enjoyable is interesting because like there are parts that are enjoyable for different reasons.
Right. That's what. Yep.
I'll interpret that as the one that made me feel best about myself as a person, and that was.
It's a strong choice. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly the outlier of the bunch.
Sure.
I play a lot of bad people. No, I would have to say up there is Sasaki from Sasaki and Miyano, which is a very lovely romantic show. I never get to be the romantic lead for stuff, and I got that chance with that, and it was just one of the most just fulfilling. It helped me, fully realize that I'm bisexual and all that, and it was just the best time ever. And I think because he was pretty much just me, like when I'm speechless and nerdy and scared and stressed in love, not in well, yeah.
I'm starting to get creeped out here.
We'll be.
Not because he's
Okay.
bisexual. I'm all for that. I'm not sure what's happening to Kellen.
I'm all for that.
I'm all for that.
No,
That part
I'm
I
pretty
like.
much that in life too. No,
You should have stopped
got a
there. You
point.
should have
got a
stopped
point.
with that.
No, you got a point. But I think my favorite thing he says is, "It's you, kid," because like he sees his crush and he's just like he's completely deadpan, and then he just says, "Look, it's you!" Like he's just surprised by him. Yeah, it's adorable.
I'm so bad at these kind of questions because I could call everything I've ever done it has some type of impact on me. Typically, there are some things I've completely forgotten about, so there are those. But because I have they're enjoyable for different reasons. I'll just go with I'm getting to do Wolfwood, Nicholas D. Wolfwood in Trigun Stampede, and that guy I'm similar to Austin. Like I I guess it's my theater training. I don't know how to do it any differently. But when I'm in the booth, my physicality changes based on the character. You know, even if I just believe that you'll hear that in the performance, even if it's a nuanced thing. And so, and it's not for everything, but for Wolfwood, he's so cool. He's so nonchalant. But there's also a deeper thing in there. But at the beginning, when I was trying to find it, my posture changes. I feel like, I tell people this, like when I'm signing something Wolfwood, whenever I'm voicing him, I feel like the coolest person in the world. Like, he's so cool, he's so hip. And then the session's over, and then I just go back to normal, and I'm like, okay, not cool anymore, but it feels cool for the time, you know? And so I'm excited there's a second season, Trigun Stargazed, coming out next year, and I just can't wait to feel that again. So that was enjoyable.
I just want you to know, among your peers, you are definitely in the upper echelon of cool.
Nice, thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I can say that with my whole chest.
I love it.
I don't know either. Trigun's a good one. Knives is definitely one of my favorite characters. It'll be interesting to see if he shows up that much in the new season. And then, I don't know if it's cheating, but like Sakura from Windbreaker, which I just finished doing. I'm really hoping to stick around with that show for a long time. That one means a lot, so go check it out.
Yeah, Windbreaker. I've heard a lot about it, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great question.
Hello, what's your name?
My name's Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, if they brought back 4Kids Entertainment, what anime would you guys, that you worked on, would you guys want to be on there?
You're saying which of our shows would you like us to be done? That's interesting because 4Kids has that big Saturday morning bombastic style.
Right.
To them.
My Hero.
Yeah, My Hero would be fun. At 4Kids.
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're all in that one.
That
You're all in that one. Oh. I'm not in it. I don't know what 4Kids is. What is it?
They did Pokemon first.
Never heard of it. No, I'm kidding.
They were
what?
They were out of New York.
Never heard of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah, what else? What's their most recent thing?
Well, they're defunct now.
know.
Okay, that's what right.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
They did Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right, okay.
They did 2003 Ninja Turtles.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying
works with them a lot, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Tara started
Right.
with them, I believe.
You're saying if they came back, like if that was okay.
Yeah, that bombastic style would be fun for JoJo too, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
Just have Wayne Grayson just making Jotaro like Brooklyn or whatever. Wayne Grayson, one of the voice actors there, would always put an accent on whatever. He'd just make it goofy. Like One
That would be
Piece was
fun.
there first.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and Sanji used to be like, hey, pizza, hey,
Right.
Italian.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Hi, what's your name?
Franco.
Hi,
Franco.
So you mentioned the creation of original character voices. Well, how do you decide what they'll sound like at their emotional extremes? You know, for like the death of Jiraiya, perhaps.
Interesting question.
That is a great question.
What's the question?
Well, when you how did you make how did you imagine sad Naruto's voice? I hadn't really seen him in that emotion.
Oh, right. Oh, I don't know. I don't think about it too much. I'm lazy.
No, but that's.
I think when you're in the moment,
exactly.
the writing supports it, and you conjure up memories of a sad time, or something that happened, or something that made you feel a similar emotion. And if you don't, then you suck and you don't work. So,
That's not wrong.
and if you do it poorly, the show doesn't do well.
Workshop's open now.
I try to not suck. Every day, I'm like, please
the
don't
truth.
let me suck
It is
today.
the truth. God.
Your daily mantra as you look
Every
in the mirror.
waking moment.
As you look in the mirror, don't suck.
I'm eating French toast. Please don't suck.
No, but you're spot on with that. Not thinking about it is the most fluid, probably natural way to do
When you
it.
start, also, speaking, this is off topic little, but if you start thinking too much about a word, right?
Oh, God.
Like Mount Myoboku, which is a really hard thing to say at the top of your lungs
Right.
5 times in a row. Mount Myopuku. Mount Myopuku! And then it just starts to sound like garbage, like
Right.
in your head. So I think it's better to try and get it right the first time. That's what when I teach, I always tell kids, I'm like, young people or old people, I'm like, you better get it right the first time, because nobody's going to wait for you to get it right. They're
Yeah.
just going to move on.
Speaking of the pressure of, exactly.
When you do an audition, you better nail it in the first 2 seconds, because they'll just go on to the next person.
Next.
So
Yeah,
there's a lot of competition.
If you're at the point where you're saying a word and it doesn't sound like a word anymore, you've gone too far.
Yeah.
I think to your point, like people always ask us a lot about, how did it feel in that moment, or how did you do that moment? And you really don't think about, I don't really know many actors who spent a bunch of time thinking about a particular, okay, so the person's sad and they just saw their long lost love or whatever. You do that naturally. You take in the situation, you take it in internally and then see what comes out. And hopefully it's truthful and authentic. But like people always, for my hero, there's such a growth that Shoto goes through from when you first meet him to the end of season 7. And people say, like, how did you make sure that was, and I say, I didn't. And my answer to that is, as long as I'm truthful to what he's going through in every moment, then when he does let loose and is screaming and pleading and something you didn't hear him do for 4 seasons, it'll be authentic. Because if everything else was authentic up to that point, and that one it'll be in his world, Because if I tried to think of, like, when I get a character, okay, what's he gonna sound like when he's sad? What's he gonna sound like when he's fighting? What's he gonna sound like when he's, angry? That would be the most disjointed performance ever,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put glasses on too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I wish I had mine. Oh, I do have mine.
No, these are not for show. These
Yes.
I'm on the spectrum and these bother me.
Yeah.
No, yeah, my eyes are starting to get heavy.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes left. We're going to try to get through as many as possible. Hello, what's your name?
My name's Aiden.
You can angle it
Aiden.
down if you like. You can touch it.
Yeah, pull that like it's a bicycle brake.
Yeah.
Just squeeze it like it's a bicycle brake. There you go.
Yeah, or that. yeah.
Even better.
Hi.
Oh yeah. So this is for Maile. What is your favorite episode in Naruto?
Out of 900,
Wow.
there's one episode. I don't know. I like the pain arc. I like the tuning exams when he's little. And I'm going to guess your favorite episode is Kakashi's Mask. Is that one of them?
Yes.
Kids always like that episode. I did like a filler episode where I was on the boat and I had to do 9 different versions of myself.
Ooh.
And I had 400 lines in the episode.
Oh my God,
So,
seriously?
yeah. But,
And
that's
nine-
what
nine-
margaritas are for. So
9 voices,
after
1
2
paycheck,
hours, get a margarita, it all goes away.
You did all that in
All of it,
400 in
2
2 hours?
Boom. I don't know. It might have been 2 sessions.
So you got 9 voices, 1 paycheck.
yeah. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
exactly. Let me call my agent.
That was a
What
rip-off.
the hell?
But there are a lot of fights. I like the fights. The fight with Gaara on the sand. The first fight with Sasuke. The pain arc is very strong again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
You're next, sir.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Kirk. I believe one of you met with me before.
Hello.
It's this guy's first con.
Nice.
Okay, well, here's the thing.
yeah. Woo! First con!
Thank you all. See, here's the thing. I was going to ask you all one question, but then the little girl asked you a question. So I'm just going to ask Kellen one question and
Sure.
then tell you all. Is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay, so for you, I know you've done a lot of voice actors in the Five Nights at Freddy series. Just what was your favorite character?
See, that's a tough one for me because I feel like if I start to pick favorites, like the worst thing, the worst possible scenario for me is I pick a favorite and then everybody else who's fans of the other ones are disappointed because I didn't pick that one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's legitimate. I know. See, I get that look a lot. Like that's a nothing. But for real, I try not to because like I love them all in different ways.
What if you had to?
well-
Let's say someone had a match and they're
Okay.
going to light your hair on fire.
Let's go back to the
What would you say?
the interpretation. Let's go.
I'm going to light your hair on fire if you don't
You're
answer
going to
this.
light my hair?
Yeah.
Okay. The interpretation from before was like the one that made me feel best about myself.
Okay.
I like Glamrock Freddy for that reason
Okay.
because he's nice
There
and
you
he
go.
doesn't kill children. That-
Oh yeah.
That wasn't so hard.
Yeah. Not killing children is good.
Not killing children is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you,
To
Chris.
answer my question, for all of you, I know you guys voice over a lot, but how often does the studio call you to do redos for certain lines?
Well, when Naruto was on Disney, actually, here's an interesting one. So, you know the character Shikamaru? So that's how we said it, Shikamaru, for like years. And then a new person got in charge of listening to the show, an executive somewhere, and they were like, and both of the people were Japanese. The previous person had been Japanese, and then this other Japanese person came in to take the job, and they said, "You guys are saying it wrong." But it was like saying, you know, like if you say something like "y'all" from Texas, you know, and then you have someone who's like "you all," that's how different it was.
Right.
So I had to go back and do like 40 episodes.
Oh God.
Just for his name. And then that person left, and the old person came back and said, "You're saying it wrong." So, and then I was like, "Yeah, well, too bad."
How
Yeah.
long were they there? That sounds like a revolving door situation.
No, they were there a long time.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so
it was like years. I mean, like,
you said it the other way for years.
yeah, Shikamaru,
Okay.
Shikamaru.
Okay. Right.
And then it was like Shikamaru. Like that's the one little thing that they wanted me to say differently. And also when it was on Disney, we couldn't say pervy sage because you can't say perv on Disney apparently.
Yeah, freaking Disney.
So I was glad when we were off Disney for that reason.
Cool.
Yeah, generally pickup sessions, they'll just, they'll just call you back for like a couple or whatever, but still pay you like the full session rate. We love pickup sessions.
Yeah.
We love making mistakes.
Yeah, back when DVDs were more a thing, they would, you definitely would come in to redo some stuff because by the time it aired on streaming, by the time it got to a DVD release, sometimes the illustrators, the artists would change some of the animation, the animators. And so sometimes certain lines that you did for the streaming version didn't fit or work, and so you'd be called in to do that too. So there's all kinds of reasons to be called in to do pickups.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
You're
good
welcome.
one, dude.
Hi,
Hello.
what's your name?
Hi, Allie.
Hi, Allie.
Hello.
Could you assign songs to some of the characters you voiced?
Ooh, interesting. Like real life songs
Like-
to like theme songs to accompany the characters. Interesting.
So many to choose from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Characters and songs.
Yeah.
I always for overhaul sessions for My Hero Academia. I always listen to My Chemical Romance. I think Welcome to the Black Parade is a good one for him. Yeah.
I've never been a big assigning music to characters, or sometimes it'll happen just by accident, or like using a piece of music. I don't know why. I think it would be really cool to do that. I just I've never really done that.
If we're doing My Hero, and Monoma's song would be "You're the best around, nothing's ever gonna bring you down."
Yeah. Usually a song, if the song has a similar vibe or journey to the character's backstory or
Journey.
growth. Journey. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I will identify it that way. But I did get into the Trigun soundtrack. And I would jam the opening number on the way to the studio, and it was fun. That was fun, and it really got me into the vibe.
So your answer is Hot and Cold by Katy Perry.
Hot and Cold by Katy Perry, yes, for Shoto.
If I was Knives, if we're doing Trigun, then I'm gonna do More Human Than Human. What's the name of that song?
I have no
Thunder
idea.
Kiss 65 by Rob Zombie.
Let's do the zombie one, since there's tentacles.
Yeah. Rock on. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Hello. All right, last question. What's your name?
My name is Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Do you have any classes or companies or general advice for baby VAs?
Companies, classes.
Are you an actor?
advice.
I am an actor,
Oh.
a small voice actor.
Oh yeah. Where do you act? What do you do?
I do small animated series through like gotcha games or stuff like that.
Oh really?
Sure, yeah.
So you're starting out. Steve Bloom has a great class.
Yes.
He has great guest teachers, so you're not just listening to one person's opinion. He brings in people different. Some are video game directors, some are original animation directors, some are anime directors, some are narrators. There's a whole world of stuff that you can do. Audiobooks. Like whenever people ask me about audiobooks, I'm like, who is going to want to listen to me for 3 hours of a novel? Like, I would drive off the road if I had to. Well, don't. Let's not risk it.
Well, don't.
I've listened to an audiobook and I literally was like, I'm going to drive off the road. Like, I am driving myself off the road.
Oh, God, yeah.
I highly recommend if you're going to take classes and you're in your educational phase, and you should always be taking classes and trying to learn more, but I highly recommend spending as much time trying to get grounded in your body as possible, and things like theater can be very useful for that, or improv. If you have the money and the time. Many years ago, I worked. I did a couple weekend intensives, and then I did a month-long intensive with a company called Shakespeare and Company in Lenox, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I just did that, the month-long one in January.
It's so good. Oh yeah, did you go with
Maddie? Yeah.
Maddie, yeah. I've been preaching it to her for years.
Yeah,
too.
I remember. I knew one of the teachers there.
It's run by it's run by Tina Packer, who was a contemporary of Kristen Linklater. So I also recommend getting the book Unleashing the Natural Voice by Kristen Linklater. They're contemporaries. They have methods that are really about, like, if you hear the phrases touch a sound or vowel tree, these are things to look up and get familiar with. It's a kind of Zen series of exercises that goes from the inside out, but it's really vital in learning the art of being present, sensitive, and aware. And, if you can get to the point where you're recognizing your breath without controlling it, that's one of a lot of things that is kind of autonomic, but also we can have conscious control over. And a lot of that is what acting is the connection between the subconscious and the conscious impulses. And there's dropping in techniques that really teach you how to sight read and get a personal connection to words from what they mean based on your lived experience. And that gives you a really powerful tool set to bring into the booth.
I think from a pure technical perspective too, just like working on cold reading. We don't ever read a script. We don't. You read that line for the first time when you're in the booth, depending on what it is. I mean, if you're doing a film, you'd probably read the script. If you're doing obviously a play, but I remember doing a class once. I was in New York. It was an acting class, and they gave us they were like, "We're going to do cold reading," and I had already done a bunch of anime at this point, and I got up there and I read the scene and made some choices and did the thing, and the teacher was like, "Are you just like normally a great cold reader?" And I didn't understand, and I was like, "Anime, like anime's trained me to just go in, read a thing, and do the thing." So that's a good thing to think about too when you're starting out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Thank
reading
you so
books,
much.
like audiobooks, or like doing your own audiobooks for yourself, reading stuff
God,
aloud.
no, I would never do that.
Yeah. It helped me.
I'm gonna write
would
something.
never do
I'm gonna
that.
write something, and I'm hiring you to read it. It's gonna be you and me.
Look at myself internally in any way. It's a mess in here. It's just a mess. So you want me to play a mess? I got it. I got the job.
I shall not face my internal self.
I shall not face anything. I will not control my breath. I have no idea what you were talking about, but I think it works for you, and I like it because
I
you're
love
working.
it. I love it.
So before we go,
I've taken classes. They're great.
Before we go, are there any upcoming projects that you are allowed to talk about? I know, obviously, there's stuff you're
I'm
not
in a
allowed-
movie called Special Ops Rent-A-Cop. I think that's the name of it.
Nice.
I play it's on camera. Michael Jai White is the lead. Oh, yes.
Cool,
And I'm
yeah.
his very, very annoying sidekick.
Amazing.
It's a buddy cop martial arts comedy
When is
movie.
Is it already out?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, okay.
We just filmed it.
Oh, okay.
It'll be out later in the year.
Okay, cool.
So
cool.
just look for him. A lot of martial arts guys like it.
I don't know. I don't know what I would. Most of the stuff that whenever this question is asked, I think of all the things I have signed NDAs
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm
looking-
always doing some kind of anime thing, but yeah.
Check out the Folding Chairs Comedy Troupe on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Eric Vale, who plays Shigaraki
Oh, yeah.
in My Hero, Sanji in One Piece, Trunks in Dragon Ball. He's also in it, as well as Caitlin Barr.
You're in it?
Yes. I'm in the Folding Chairs Comedy Troupe.
Oh, nice.
We have YouTube channels. We're doing live shows. We got one in August, another one in November in Richardson, Texas.
Nice.
Yeah.
But when you go to check us out, like and subscribe, you got to type in Folding Chairs Comedy Troupe. Because if you just type in Folding Chairs, it's just a bunch of videos
Folding
of chairs.
Yeah.
I help run a YouTube channel called The Ink Tank. We make a lot of retrospectives and extended lore based on Ben 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's particular.
I mean, nobody else is really covering it right now. There isn't a lot of new content on it, so we've sort of taken up the mantle of fanfic and all that, trying
Is
to make
Yuri
it as
Lowenthal involved in it?
No, we hope. We hope one day. We
You want me to
do
call
have
him right now?
we do have some other actors, and we have David Sobolov involved in it, and who else will have to say?
Wait, what's the name of it? Yeah.
It's called. Well, our main thing's called 5 Years Later, and it's a motion comic, and yeah, we got Paul Eiding, the original Max, reprised his role in it. So we're hoping for more reprisals someday.
That's cool.
But yeah, no, it's a really fun fan thing we do in the meantime, and we try to make it as professional quality as possible. So we're really proud of it. Check it out, The Ink Tank.
Well, thank you guys for hanging
Thank
out
you,
with us,
man.
and thank you all for hanging out with us as well.
Thank you, guys.
One last question for you guys. Do you guys want to take like a gigantic group selfie with our guest up here? All right, so if you guys want to
Yeah.
gather up by the stage, not on the stage, by the stage, we're going to take a group selfie up here.